let's talk about the sizzle and excitement that is starting to become a little relevant in my mind. Let's talk McGregor and Mayweather for a little bit. Okay,
man, I thought this was never going to happen, Bruce, and all of a sudden, this past weekend takes place, and I was like, son of a bitch, we might actually get this.
Well, I'll give you a couple reasons why. Let me lay this out for our listeners. Conor had his Q&A on Saturday night, kind of like cross-programming against the UFC a little bit. Sold out to 5,000 people attending in black tie. And being in black tie, those kind of events, I guarantee you the ticket to be there was not cheap.
Right.
And then $5 per pay-per-view buy. Conor put out an Instagram post, as only Conor would do, stating there were more people at his Q&A than at the UFC at the time. Sorry, Conor, that's not correct. We had over 13,000 people.
Alternative facts. Alternative facts.
And he put out his Instagram post with F this, F you, F this, F that. He even mentioned F, my beloved UFC, which, I'm all about not saying F to the people.
Hyperbole alert. Hyperbole alert.
Hyperbole alert. So with all that being said, because that's Conor, that's the way Conor does, and, it's Conor's world. We all live in it, and it's fun to watch him do his thing. But now, I was watching, John Anik and Brian Stan and I went out to dinner after the show. Had a great time with the greatest living American and, of course, with John Anik, my buddy. Both my buddies. So we're watching TV, and it's Showtime Boxing. And they're interviewing, the Showtime interviewer, I forget his name, is interviewing Floyd Mayweather. So, okay, we're thinking whatever. Then we look at the chyron, the writing on the screen, because obviously they didn't have the TV on, and I see Conor McGregor's name. Now we start watching. TJ, they spent minutes talking about this potential upcoming fight with Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather to the point. Now, remember, this is Showtime.
Right.
Showtime is not in the business of promoting other people's works, other people's networks. They put on a Showtime graphic where actually the people in production, Showtime, made out a graphic just like you would see in a fight with a picture of Floyd, a picture of Conor, on either side, their stats, height, weights, reach, all that.
Look like a tail of the tape.
Yeah, tail of the tape, exactly. Sorry, pardon me, I was brain partying there for a second.
But
yes, tail of the tape, which tells me that Showtime is now making a run and a bid. They want to be a cross-promoter for this fight. I now think where I said this fight would not happen recently, with everything that's happened now and what's going on, I'm going to tell you right now, I think that this fight's going to happen either with Mayweather or potentially with Manny Pacquiao. Now, here's what's happening now in MMA as a result of this becoming somewhat relevant now. Aldo now says he wants to start a career in boxing. Nate Diaz says he wants his boxing license. My answer to this question is not smart, and I'll tell you why. They're not going to get Conor McGregor money. Okay, Aldo says he wants to start a career in boxing and not be ranked, not go for a big money fight. He wants to work himself up from point A. It's been a dream his whole life. I can respect that tremendously. But as a fighter who makes hundreds of thousands, if not $1 million paydays in his lifetime, is he going to go work an undercard of a 3, 4, 6 rounder, take the 2 years or more it takes to come up in boxing and get ranked and start from scratch? I don't think so. They can't get away from the fact they need to make the money they've been making and live the lifestyle they've become accustomed to living. What they're looking for, in my opinion, and I back them up. They want to do it, great, go for it. But it seems to be a trend now that now an MMA fighter wants to box a boxer. There's only like one fight out there that's going to be a money fight to make the big money, and that's the fight that people are talking about if and when it happens.
Well, let me say this. Mixed martial artists getting into the boxing business, that's nothing new. It's happened.
No, it's not new at all.
For a long time. Chris Lytle has an extensive pro boxing record. I watched Jens Pulver box on ESPN2. This was after he was UFC lightweight champion. So
Tim Sylvia.
Yeah, well, no, I don't think Tim ever boxed. He was supposed to box Ray Mercer,
and
then it got switched to an MMA fight, and then Tim got knocked out. But I mean, the thing here to sort of realize why this is a big deal is because now we're talking about a prime mixed martial artist in Conor McGregor fighting what many people believe is still a prime Floyd Mayweather, and it's a fight that if it happened, you're going to be able to charge more than $100. You're not gonna...
I see 120 or more for the pay-per-view, even 150. So, I see it. And would you buy it?
No, I wouldn't.
I would.
I wouldn't.
Well, I hope I don't buy it. I hope I'm announcing it.
Let me tell you why I wouldn't buy it right now.
TJ DeSantis, I'm not buying this right now. Talk. Go for it.
I would definitely go watch it somewhere. I would not personally put down the money for it.
You'd have to pay to watch it where you're watching, unless it's a buddy's house.
Well, I mean, I could go to Buffalo Wild Wings and eat food and watch it.
Fun place.
Yeah. But, with that in mind, I, of course, work for a company that would reimburse me for it because, it's news. But, private citizen sitting at home, not going to go out. Do I buy the fight? There are a couple things that have to happen for me to buy the fight. One, I need to know the rule set. If it's a straight boxing match, I'm not interested. Floyd Mayweather will beat Conor McGregor. Hands down, he will beat Conor McGregor. We've said this for years. Boxers, boxing mixed martial artists, and boxing rules in a boxing ring, Floyd Mayweather wins. The boxer wins. It just always happens.
Stop for a second. Sorry to interrupt you. The talk that I heard, and what I think would be, because the UFC would have to be part of the promotion to make this happen, right, would be that this would be a night of UFC pay-per-view, which means that you would have an octagon in the arena. Now, I know that it's been done before where there's been a boxing ring and a cage in the same setting. That's extremely awkward. It's not good for production. So the question is, if that's the case, would Floyd Mayweather be willing to fight in a 32 by 32 foot area of a cage that doesn't have the ropes, which are a huge advantage for Floyd in the boxing ring?
So this is what I would like to see. I don't know if he'll do that. Maybe. He could. There needs to be some concessions on both sides. Well, Conor McGregor is not a jiu-jitsu wizard, okay? He's a good grappler. I'm sure he could submit Floyd Mayweather easily. He needs to relinquish the idea that the fight could go to the floor, okay? So he says, okay, no takedowns, fine. What Floyd Mayweather needs to relinquish to me is maybe the ring. Maybe that's too much to ask, but I think it would be good to do it in a cage. And I think that we make it sort of an ultimate boxing match where we don't break from the clinch. I would say if I was Conor McGregor's camp trying to ask for some concessions, I would say I want it to be in a cage. We don't break from the clinch. And either you let me wear MMA gloves. We both get to wear MMA gloves. Or you allow me to throw kicks below the belt.
Right. Now, with those concessions, first off, I don't see them happening. I don't see the commission bowing to that. I do not see...
commission will bow to anything. If it's in Nevada, this is the problem. This is why I know the commission will bow to anything. First off, it's a money fight, okay? But if you take away the money fight, there is no way that Floyd Mayweather is fighting anybody from the mixed martial arts realm that doesn't have a boxing bout. I'm sorry. I don't care if you're the best fighter in the world. You are not going to approve a match or a license for a fighter who has never boxed in his life before to fight the greatest boxer of all time. That's not how athletic commissions are supposed to work.
I know it's not supposed to work, but again, we'll see because it's coming down to the almighty dollar.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. If they're willing to concede that fact, they're willing to have a mixed rules bout.
Now, with the other thing you mentioned about wearing 4-ounce MMA gloves, that'll never happen because Floyd it's not good for his hands. He needs the boxing gloves.
Like I said, then let me kick you below the belt. Let me do leg kicks.
I'm with you.
Or let me knee in the clinch.
1 or 2 leg kicks on Floyd Mayweather. Anybody that's never been kicked in the leg, get kicked in the leg and tell me how you feel.
Give me knees and elbows.
It ain't gonna work.
Give me knees and elbows.
Elbows would never. Floyd would never allow
give me knees.
Elbows.
Give me knees.
I don't think Floyd would ever allow knees.
Give Conor McGregor. I mean, if the cage is the only concession, fine. But give Conor McGregor some sort of strike from his sport to make it an even playing field.
I'm not arguing the point. I would like to see that point made. I don't see it being approved on the side of Floyd Mayweather.
You know what I would say?
Damage. There's too. If he's allowed to hold him without being broken up and being allowed to use knees, I don't see Floyd agreeing to that at all. Well, that's true. It's going to he'll take Floyd out.
Clearly, I'm a mixed martial arts guy, right? So I'm going to be Team McGregor.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I would listen. But I'm all for everything you're saying.
Let me finish though. I agree with you, but this is what I would say to Floyd. You want to be the greatest of all time? You want to be the man who never turned down a challenge and fought the best and proved that you're the best? To do that, you need to take a mixed rules fight. Because the greatest of all time is Muhammad Ali, and he fought Antonio Inoki.
So you can take those rules that they fought with Antonio Inoki and say, look, the greatest of all time fought this way. We'll use the same exact rules. Fight this way.
The same exact rules in that fight would allow a ground fight.
That
would allow a ground fight, Bruce.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like it's been done before. Okay, great. We'll make it easy. We'll do it this way. It won't be agreed to.
You know what we need to do, and this might be a good guess for next week, being that we're actually talking about this. It's funny, you and I were talking about this man earlier today. We should bring in an expert on the most important mixed rules fight in the history of combat sports, Ali versus Inoki. Bring in Josh Gross, an author who wrote the book Ali versus Inoki, knows better than anybody about the stipulations.
That's a good idea. Let's do that. Let's bring Josh in. I haven't talked to Josh in a while. His book is doing quite well. If you know the name of it, say it for our listeners.
Yeah, it's Ali versus Inoki, The Birth of Mixed Martial Arts. I believe I actually have it right here. I've actually been reading it. Ali versus Inoki. I've heard good things about the book. The forgotten fight that inspired mixed martial arts and launched sports entertainment.
Yep, I've heard nothing but good things about it. So good job, Josh. Well, okay, that's a potential for next week. So let's save that.